What's up? How you doing? Welcome back everyone to another episode of the Bluestacks series. Now that we have Bluestacks booted up, and today we're going to talk about macros, specifically how to set one up. Alright, so right now we have, right now we have the colony party event going on, right? And part of that is the challenge, right? So in order to challenge it, you go to party creature, you go to challenge, and it ports you. Oh, lag central. And it ports you to the thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to port right next to it. Now, this might seem a little weird, but I assure you, this is how we do it. Okay, so you know from the other video, you know that this entire window is an instance. And what we're about to do is set up a successful rally macro. Now, you can apply this to herds, you can apply this to map critters, you can apply this to anything that you want. In this case, we're doing the moose herd. Go ahead and select the formation that you're going to be using. Mama needs new shoes, that's what we're going to be using. Actually, I should switch out the lion for the moose, but I don't care. Just for the purposes of this video, this is what we're going to be doing. And you also want to ensure that everything that you do is deliberate. If you mess up, stop the macro, delete it, and restart it. In this case, we have to ensure that everything sets up correctly in order for it to work. So we're going to go underground. We're going to go above ground. Now, when it goes above ground, it defaults with your hill in the middle of the screen. This is a default reset position. This is important. From here, we're going to go to events, colony party, party creature, challenge. It's going to put us there. We're going to click that. We're going to click rally, 1 minute, our march, and set. Now this first time, we have to pay attention. We have to pay attention to how long it takes to get there, and we have to pay attention to how long it takes to get back. Okay, and the number that we come up with will determine how long to set the macro for. Okay, so let's open up the macro manager like so. I tried to make this video before and then I accidentally deleted it, so we're going to delete that. Beast Lord intro is the video that we did about the macro, the tutorial macro. Okay, so again, we're going to go underground first. That's going to be the first thing that the macro is going to do. Okay, are you ready? Do it with me. Follow along. Record new macro, go. Record new macro. Now it's running at the top. Underground. You see how laggy it is? Give it a few seconds. Above ground. Events. Colony party. Party creature. Challenge. Give it a few seconds. Moose. Rally. 1 minute. That march. And then stop. Now you see how it said it took 16 seconds to get there, right? So that's 1 minute plus 16 is 1 minute 16. Let's give it 5 seconds for lag. So 116, 121, 1 minute 21 seconds. And then let's see how long it takes to get back. Okay. In the meantime, let's go ahead and rename this to Moose Macro. Remember, 1 minute, 21 seconds. And then once we can determine how long that takes, we can then mess with the settings of our macro. Don't mess with the screen during this. And in fact, after you set up your macro, forever how long it is, say it's like 2 minutes and 30 seconds or whatever, don't mess with your screen. Or if you do, be quick with it, because if not, you're gonna mess up your macro. Alright, so it's hitting, and it takes 16 seconds to get back. So 1 minute, 21 seconds, I don't know. Let's just make it 1 minute, 40 seconds. It takes 1 minute and 40 seconds total for the rally to leave, hit, and come back. So go to settings, and we can hit it 10 times, right? So let's put 10. But you don't have to. Like if you're hunting map critters and you just want to do your 20, you can just set it for 5, you know? So it all depends how many times. You can also set it, this one right here, is you can set the macro to go off for a duration of hours, minutes, seconds for precise timing, or you can have it go off indefinitely until you personally stop it. What did we say? 1 minute 40? Is that what we said? So right here, interval between executions, we're going to do 1 minute 40 seconds. This means every 1 minute, every 1 minute and 40 seconds, the macro that we just recorded is going to go off. The playback speed, obviously 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, you know, etc. I don't really mess with that. That's for like other games. Other games can mess with, or if you have like super duper good connection, you know. And then the other settings, after X amount of minutes, it restarts Bluestacks. So that really that helps you. That helps with scheduling a lot, especially when your RAM starts to get chewed up and, you know, Bluestacks been running all day. And then stop macro on returning to the home screen, right? So it stops macro whenever you return to the home screen. Execute macro whenever the player starts. That means whenever you start up Bluestacks, it executes that macro. I would not suggest that. That screwed me up for the longest time. I couldn't figure out what was going on until I saw it. Because I meant to click the last one, which I do all the time. Don't show macro window when the execution finishes. However, it is important to note, you know, everything can be hotkeyed. So if you have that clicked and you run a hotkey, you'll never see the window. You'll just see the rewards from it. Okay? So 1 minute, 40 seconds. Yeah, we can, just for all intents and purposes, save. Okay, so now everything is set up. Now, once we start this, okay, once we start the macro, it's going to run for the times that, you know, we allocated for. I think we hit it once, so let's just do it nine times. Okay, so once we start this, once it goes off, you know, you have what, 1 minute and like, you know, 35 seconds or something. So if you want to go into your hill and do something, do it quick. I would highly suggest anything that you have to do it one at a time, right? So if you're doing a CA, a building CA or whatever, go underground, you know, speed up a couple buildings and come back up. Because you got to make sure that you're above ground before that macro goes off. Because if you're off doing something, if you forget, you're going to mess everything up. You're going to have to stop the macro and restart it. Okay, are we ready? Check it. Now the macro's running. See, my mouse is over here. Remember how we gave it a few seconds for lag? Good thing we did that, right? It's almost like I knew. Now, if the lag is too great, it still will mess things up. Or if you're having like a graphics issue, it will still mess things up. It's kind of hit or miss. I mean, it really is. You can lower the settings in the graphics for the instance, lower like the RAM usage and such and such. Unfortunately, my computer's been running for the last 2 days non-stop playing another game that requires a lot of RAM and GPU. So my stuff's kind of buggy. But nonetheless, you see, Mama Needs New Shoes has made that rally. So imagine, right, if you were to mess with the scheduler, which we got a scheduler video coming out here soon. In fact, the next one coming out is going to be the scheduler. Now that you know how to run macros and start macros. With the scheduler, it's great because you could run multiples. I'm not kidding you when I say if you are if you are clever enough and precise enough, and especially good with math, you know, and you can time everything down to a few seconds, you really could macro your entire gameplay, you know, and just walk up to your computer and reap the rewards. And here's the march going. Remember, we accommodated for 4 seconds per 16 seconds. Remember, 16 there, 16 back. That's only actually 32. But we rounded up 16 to 20, so that's 8 seconds, you know, and then maybe like 1 or 2 seconds in between here or there. So we should have about 10 seconds in between each macro run. Now, it's not going to show you that because once you start the macro, the manager goes away and the macro is a part of the instance. But here in just a few seconds, it should go off again. Just like that. Goes underground, goes above ground, it selects events, colony party, party creature, challenge, moose herd, rally, 1 minute, mama needs new shoes, grow stronger, macro everything. Hey, and in case you watched this video and you don't know what an instance or a macro is, check out these videos here.